I've been chasing shadows in the night. Words echo silent where I hide. Every mirror shows a stranger's eyes, searching for the part of me that's mine. But the sky ignites a spark inside, burning down to wait. In the ashes of my fight, truth is born again. I will rise up like a phoenix from the flame. Find my voice and call out your name. From the roots of what I used to be, I'll embrace the truth and set it free. Blinded by the weight of all my fears, I let them break me, shake my tears. Every scar's a testament to love. Now I rewrite the story in my mind. Feel the fire burning. I'm no longer turning away from the truth that's calling. I'm alive today. All I used to be. Flash of phoenix, fires wearing, set me free. Rising high, phoenix, watch me go.
Brian isn't been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
All right. Good Sunday afternoon. It is the new year, 11 day of the year, 1/11/2026. Gosh, what amazing numbers. I'm telling you, it's time for some fireball lives around here. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a hot one. I mean, like burning your behind hot. So, welcome to Phoenix Talks. I'm your host, Phoenix. This is where we rise above assumptions. Forget the rumors, forget all the crud that you've heard that doesn't make sense. We are digging down deep to find the truth, and I think we deserve the truth. If you deserve the truth, hit a 1. If you don't want to know the truth, hit a 2. You're probably scrolling to troll. Keep scrolling, because here we think with open minds. Every question matters. Every thought is welcome. Every angle is welcome. If this is you welcome home. And it's okay that we here in the nest think a little bit different. It's okay. You know, somebody asked me last night, were you ever in the GATE program? And I thought, was I in the GATE program? That's not what they called it in private school. Not what they called it. And I had to think back. And I know that it's almost like STEM, stream, a little bit like, how can I explain it? More like there's STEM, there's STEAM, there's stream, kind of like that. And actually, I was a little bit more advanced. And remember, in Catholic school, they treat you very differently. So, like, instead of like, we had a lot of eye and vision testing. I remember that. Seemed like all the time. But I remember we had more puzzle-like tests than written tests. Some of us got different tests. I know that for sure. And I remember probably around the 5th well, it wasn't the 5th grade because it seems like I skipped a grade somewhere. Um, they gave us, and I'm sure a lot of you know what this test is. They gave us the Rorschach test. And I remember taking it a few times, and then I even took it in the military and then once again at Duke University. I remember that. And someone said, yeah, they made us feel superior over other kids. Well, in the program I think I was in, I never really felt superior, but I remember asked all the time, why am I being tested so much? I think I was playing around with one of the nuns and I said, I think I've got ESP. And they kind of chuckled, but they looked at me crazy. I will tell you. I think there are probably quite a few people walking around on this earth that in fact do have ESP. And I'm not saying that's supernatural. I'm not saying that you're special or anything like that. Or it's like the, what do they call it? The woo woo or, um, you know, what do they call that? I used to live in Mississippi and they used to call it, what is it called? Woo woo or something like that. Not the heebie jeebies. Oh, juju, bad juju. Okay. So, I believe a lot of people have some gifts and it's powerful insight. They're connected. I really do believe that we are all connected one way, shape, or form. But I will say, there are some people here that are very intelligent, very insightful, very observant. Um, they can actually see things. And I'm not questioning people like that. I'm just saying it is possible. I mean, I'm ready to hear the truth in this wild mystery of the Idaho 4. I think you'd all agree. Let me welcome you all in. Sheila. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Sheila. Inked Mama. Ready for this live. LFG. Becca in the house. Dina. Whoop, whoop. Welcome in. Linda. Welcome in. You want to hear this? I want to hear this too. Happy Sunday, friends. Marissa, I'll be right back at go time. I hope she's back. Christina, hello. Terry, thank you so much. You are not going to want to miss this. Have an amazing Sunday. These lives are getting intense. I'm telling you, just from a perspective of what's coming out, it's time for it to come out. It's time. Becca, Patty, I'm all in. Woo, woo. There's me. Let's see. Hello, Grace. Hello, wonderful mods. Yes, we have some fantastic mods. And I would be remiss if I did not mention them on every stream because they are here to help have a safe chat. We don't want all that trolling. We don't want all the lies. We're done with that. Rebecca, welcome in. Brenda, Donna Rosa, Amanda B, Caleb in the house. Woo, full house. Dina, if we get to 10,000, I need a new mod. We are adding another mod. My channel is growing fast. I'm all about deets. Man, I will tell you, I think we are at about, I don't know, we're at 6,500 right now. So, and that's in a little bit over six months and 20 something days. And I've already surpassed a million plus views. So we are definitely looking for another mod. I've had some people say, hey, I want to do it. Excited to be here. There are some perks for you, girl. Don't forget, tomorrow's Monday Mod Day. Every single penny donation, everything goes to them. I am so glad you are here, Karen. Cat's girl in the house. Terry, you are amazing. So many people tuning in. And if you've never heard my live, you know what? Do me a favor. If you like it, thumbs up, share, tag somebody right now, hype a video, give me a subscribe. My streams are free on the lives, don't cost anything. You might get an ad here or two if you're not on premium. If you're, in the mood for premium, go for it. So, Phoenix, I went to another creator that was talking shit about Brian. Not nice. I'm going to call them out. I don't know who they are. Not nice to talk shit about other people. Okay. So I kindly said they clearly didn't read the documents released, and someone responded, where can I see them? So I linked to your site. Miss Mommy, you are fantastic. You, people like you, will change this world for the better. And do you know they deleted my comment on purpose? Shame on them for wanting to hide the truth. Shame on them. Miss Mommy, you are good to go in my eyes. Karen, Dina, Terry, we got a lot of ones. Let's get rolling. If I didn't mention you by name, I apologize. I'll call you out. We had the military come into the high school and give us tests also. Yes. You're starting to see the bigger picture. Before you go into the military, they give you a test to see where they can best place you. I was placed in a very high, top secret role in our U.S. military. Naval communications and intelligence people. Yes, they do. They want to know where you'll best work, where they can best use your full potential. Girlfriend, I'll tell you, it's wild. Woohoo! Brittany, super sticker winner. You are the first in this stream. So I implemented a new strategy for the new year. Anyone who gives a sticker, the first sticker of each live, and there are quite a few people, didn't even know it, they're already in a drawing. I've got 4 people in a drawing already, and Brittany White 5101, you are on the list. You are going into the 6-month drawing for a $100 Amazon gift card. So you guys didn't even know it. I announced all this to my mods. I think I put this in the chat. And at 6 months, July 1st, we are going to hold a 100 Amazon gift card drawing. That's the first person who gives a sticker in every chat. All right? Okay. Woo! Thank Brittany. Dina, hello. Happy New Year. Welcome all in. Phoenix rocks. Les, you rock. You are amazing. I know what you do behind the scenes, but you're still amazing. Yes, they do. I was a Navy corpsman. Oh, absolutely. Wasted waffles. I love it. I love it. And Justice for All is the website. If you ever need to have somebody go over there, definitely you know what I was going to load up on that website? Someone just reminded me this morning. I'm going to load up the lawsuit that we talked about. Court RN 818. You'd love to be a mod? Send me an email. My mods will drop my email below. Send me an email. Tell me a little bit about yourself and why you want to be a mod. Anybody can. All right. And the next mod that I bring on, we will definitely talk to all of the mods. I will get their feedback and their input. So if you want to be a mod, one of them will drop it below. Hello, Phoenix. Thank you for your service. I come from a family with a long history of military service. Grew up in Pennsylvania. Dad retired there after 22 years in the Navy. Whoop, whoop. Go, Navy. You know, we are football fans. We love college ball, Navy, Army, Marine. I mean, we love it all. We come from a long line of, oh my gosh, I can't even start. I'm telling you, warriors in our military and our family. You know, thank your dad for his service. Thank you so much. I've had Army, Navy, Marines in our family, officers enlisted. Gosh, just a long line. I don't need to know somebody else's creator. I wouldn't really, you know what? Let them do their thing. We're over here doing our thing. Becca, Army family here. Wow. Yeah. Listen, use your instinct. Listen to people that bring you joy, happiness, and definitely a service for others. That's what I would do. Garbage in, garbage out. If you're listening to them, you're putting garbage in. I appreciate your service. My son's grandpa, uncle, brother all served in the Marines. Awesome. I have Army, Marines, Navy in my family. Amanda, thank everybody for their service. Every single one of them. Proud of all of them. I love this country. Absolutely. You know what? I kind of question the motives of the Idaho 4. You know why? I wonder if they love our country. I wonder if they're realizing what they did to our country. And I have a live fireball moment right now because I'm going to show you something that is going to make you rethink this whole case. I know a lot of creators say that. Some of them like mean it, but if you know me, this is really dear to my heart. These victims, I can't just say it enough. It seems like they were just totally overlooked. Either they were ignored or they were just mistreated as victims. Because I had an oh Bill moment today when I was listening to something. I had an oh Bill moment. What does that mean? Well, Bill Thompson, right? We need more transparency. We definitely need more transparency. You know, I almost said oh bull moment, right? Because how much bull are we going to get? We need more truth to this. Oh, Bill, are you busted? Have you been busted? Do you guys think that Bill Thompson is busted? Because I'm about to show you why I think he's busted. Busted Bill. And I wouldn't doubt why he retired. I wouldn't doubt it. This makes total sense. Let me grab the video. I'm going to show you this fireball moment. I've got a few fireball moments today, guys. You're going to be like, damn, she's on fire. Spicy Phoenix coming up, Bill. Spicy Phoenix. Oh, Bill. What are we going to do? How would anybody handle this? I mean, this is the Bill moment, right? Let me add this to the stage. Listen to this, folks.
Well, we think that Koberger was certainly stalking that neighborhood. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122.
I did not manipulate this video. I did not manipulate this video. This is Bill Thompson's own words. This is not AI. These are clips from actual news agencies. Listen again to this video. I'll play it again.
Well, we think that Koberger was certainly stalking that neighborhood. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122. Well, we think that Koberger was certainly stalking that neighborhood. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122.
I just had to play that once again because, you know, Bill, you got busted. You got busted. I got a video. Screen recorded if you want. I can play it one more time. I can play it big without my face. And you guys can go ahead and do it. Here you go. Let me take my face off and I will restart it. If you want to screen record this, share it everywhere.
Well, we think that Koberger was certainly stalking that neighborhood. We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122.
All right, there you go.
Well, we think that Koberger was certainly...
Okay, there you go. Clip it, do whatever you want. I'll put it on my TikTok clips. I'm just like, holy crap. I cannot believe this. Now, I want to show you a real quick clip that is absolutely amazing. Shout out to our amazing Amanda. She clipped this clip, put it into CapCut, and it has amazing, and I mean amazing skills. Thank you, Amanda, for this amazing clip. And here is this. She added captions. Let me remove this. Let me add this. And here we go. Amanda, you are so amazing. So freaking amazing. So I found the Bill clip, made a new video, did not edit anything. It's all what Bill has said. And this is Amanda's clip. Let's get this up on the stage. Come on. What is the delay? I got a big pot of chili on the stove. Hold on, guys. Okay, I could smell that freaking chili through all the way to my studio office. Damn, that smells good. Okay, so let me get this clip. Amanda, you were amazing. Listen to this clip and watch this.
You're doing great. I'm asking a lot of you, so I appreciate you. You're doing very well.
What the hell? You're doing very well. Why would he even say something like this? Did he already know what was going on?
You're doing great. I'm asking a lot of you, so I appreciate you.
I'm asking a lot of you, but listen to what she's saying that CapCut did not pick up. Let me rewind this a little bit.
I appreciate you.
I won't say anything. What do you mean I won't say anything?
You're doing very well.
Did you guys hear her say that? I'm going to start from the beginning.
You're doing great.
Okay, we heard you're doing great.
I'm asking a lot of you, so I appreciate.
I'm asking a lot of you, so I appreciate. Some of this is not being picked up on CapCut. I won't say anything.
Doing very well.
So odd. That is so odd. I'm scared. Thank you. I'm scared. Okay, I didn't hear I'm scared. See, other people will hear things and see things that some people won't. And this is amazing that people, can I slow it down? Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. I clipped it. Let me see if I can get into my program real quick. And let me go back home. Let me go back and see if I can, hold on a minute, create a new video. Let me see if I can slow it down. I'm sure I can. Just give me 1 second. Downloads. Let's see. Here it is. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Import. Speed. Let me slow this bad boy down. I don't want to slow it too bad. If I slow it down, we don't hear much. Hold on, let me try it again. Okay, hold on, you're doing, let's see. Oh yeah, you can hear I'm scared. Okay, guys, I'm going to play this. Some of you may not like the way this sounds, and I apologize. It is slowed down. I just slowed it down. I'm going to upload it real quick. All right. Let me see if this is the one.
You're doing great.
I'm scared. I heard it. I'm scared I won't. I'm scared to say something or I won't say anything. What do you think she said?
You're doing very well.
Okay, so if this, no, this is the clip. This is the clip from Law and Crime. This is the official clip that they released through Law and Crime. Now, I'm going to verify this. I'm going to go back. Let me go to YouTube. I have a subscription to them. So Law and Crime, Idaho 4. I'm going to verify this. Okay. Hold on 1 second, folks. We're going to get to the bottom of this one. All right, here we go.
She saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs.
Okay,
and I
we
called
are
her
going to
name, but I
verify
jumped-
this. This is when she's standing here in this clip. She's about to lose it. And I'm going to get the exact point.
Yeah, that you saw. I don't think he was a little bit taller than me, and I couldn't really see much of him, but I'm almost positive he's wearing a full black outfit, and he had this mask that was just over his forehead and over his mouth, and he didn't say anything to me, like, at all. I just shut the door and locked it.
Okay, I've got a point on this. I shut the door and locked it. I've got a really good point on this one. But hold that thought. I want to find where this started that he told her to calm down. I want to find this.
Okay. Who has access to that room? Okay. Yeah. So
Who has access to that room? He's talking about that little room with the lock on it. Okay, I'm going to come back to that, but I want to find where he tells her this.
They're not. That aren't here with you. Yeah. What are their names? Maddie Mogan, M.A.
Okay, let me find this exact shot. I want to find where he says this exact shot. Gundy is running interference. I'm scared I won't say anything. All right, let me see. This is at, I can barely read this, 12:21-ish. 12:21. Okay, so it is close. I am so close to this. So this has got to be
DIEMOGEN. And then Kaylee, KAYLEE. Goncalves, GONCLAVES. I think that's how you spell it. How old is Maddie? 21. Or 21 or 22. I can't remember. They're both over 21, but I don't know exactly. I think so. How old is Kaylee? Over 21. I believe she's 21 or 22. Sorry, I don't remember. It's okay. You're doing great. Thanks. I'm asking a lot of.
Okay, that is the official clip that was released via Law and Crime. We just heard she said she's scared. Okay, you're doing great. Now I am going to go back and I'm going to put this a little slower so other people can hear this. Amanda, great find.
How old is Maddie? 21. Or 21 or 22. I can't remember. They both over 21, but I don't know exactly. I think so. How old is Kaylee? Over 21. I believe she's 21 or 22. Sorry, I don't remember. It's okay. You're doing great.
Okay, I'm going to turn on the captions here. Hold on. I'm scared.
Asking a lot of you, so I appreciate you.
Oh my God, you guys.
You're doing very well.
It's there. It's there. Not only at 21:22:05. It's not odd. Huh? Okay. These cops had to have been here before. So busted. So freaking busted. I'm telling you. What the heck is going on? Jeez. I'll tell you, Amanda, that is such a good catch. I've heard it before. I just didn't see it enough to say, hey, let's play this clip. You are the bomb, Amanda. Good job, girlfriend. Good freaking job. Now, I will tell you, there is something wild about a video I saw, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I wanted to see how truthful this video is. If you're in this chat, you better hit the thumbs up button. I'm not going to threaten to harm you or hurt you. Break that like button, hit that like button. Okay, I never noticed asking her about being scared. You know, something came to my mind last night. Let me grab the clip while we're on this topic. You guys deserve transparency. I believe we all deserve transparency. I agree. But let me grab this clip real quick, and I am going to show you what I'm talking about. If and only if Dylan and Bethany were inside this house. Remember, there were two witnesses that said that they were walking the other way at 2 a.m. in the morning. So did they leave or were they there? And if they were in fact there, where in the house would they be that they maybe didn't hear everything? Okay. Where in this house would they be if they did not hear everything? Now, we know that Bethany's room was totally ransacked and trashed. Okay, we know that for a fact. We've seen the pictures, totally see it. Where could they have been? In the house where they maybe didn't hear anything. And this was the only place that I could think about. Listen to this. Watch this. Now, they say that people knew the code to the front. There was no sign of break-in entry, but we kind of question that from the Bethany's room pictures. But I thought last night, if somebody came down from the stairs, way up the stairs, and said, somebody's here. Now, I need you to close your eyes and I need you to picture this. Imagine yourself being Kaylee. If you have been watching this case, you know the layout, right, of 1122. Let me just grab a visual for many people that can connect this together. Okay, let me grab a visual real quick. This was an image that was shared early on. I'm not going to use any model. I'm going to use the states. Well, not even the states shows everything. Okay, they don't show everything. Living room, third floor. I want a visual of the third floor. Hold on. Floor plan. Here we go. I want a very good visual because I want to show you something. If in fact Kaylee was in her bed and she woke up, okay, here's a model that they were going to show the jury. And I think this is important. We're going to look at it. And I want you to look at this model, or if you can perceptually close your eyes and think about this. Think about you laying in bed and you are in Kaylee's room on the third floor, you know, the one that has the little balcony in the backside. And why did it remove that? Okay. You're asleep or you're laying down, getting ready to rest. Now, if you're asleep or even resting, or maybe on your phone, because obviously she had her phone, and you hear something in Xana's room, let's say you hear something in this room, and Kaylee runs down the stairs, passes Dylan's room, and on the stairs saying, someone's here. And let's just say, hypothetically, we're speculating here. let's say they run downstairs. Kaylee goes back upstairs and Dylan runs down to Bethany's room and sees Bethany's room is ransacked. The other room is empty. There's no lock on the door per se. Where would you instinctively run if you couldn't get outside the house? I would seriously run to this door if I knew the code. If I knew the code, that's an if, a big if, and I would lock myself in this door. Watch.
Police department.
Police department.
I would lock myself in this door. I don't know about you.
I'll just start down here. Police department.
Police department.
I would lock myself right there. If I knew how to get in that door, I would lock myself there. Now, remember, Gunderson goes outside and asks who's got the code, and they say, well, I don't know. You'll have to contact the Team Idaho, the management company, right? But if I had to and I knew it, I don't think anybody else would know that code. I don't know about you. That's me. Just a thought. They said they didn't know the code. Well, you know what? These guys said a lot of things that weren't true. I would lock the door and call the police. I would. And what if they did and that was the 301 call? What if they did and to protect them, they're saying they don't know what it was? They don't know what it was. Because obviously everything they've given us is not truthful. It's not transparent. Amanda, trust me, put some trace DNA on the button. It won't double inside. Amanda, you are funny. Thank you so much. Yeah, how do we decide to believe? Yep. I mean, you have to think about this. Something doesn't add up. And I'm thinking, was there another victim, number 5, that's mentioned in the ISP documents, but no one ever talks about victim number 5? Was there a police officer somewhere around that maybe got injured where there's a real perp that got injured? We don't ever know. They never give us this answer. They never give conclusions. But I saw a video on TikTok and I thought, wait a minute, I need to go through this myself. Here it is. I had to verify to see if this video was true. Listen to this and we're going to break it down and you are going to get a fireball.
Victims and survivors. This document is now. We were examining the Google geofence warrant, in which investigators requested Google to identify users who had their location data active at the crime scene around the time of the incident.
Okay, so I pulled up, and this is actually the document. This was from Maori, some of the documents that were released and then unreleased, but out there in the internet world, because once they're out there, they're out there. Latah County prosecuting attorney. And this was the geofence warrant that they mentioned in that video. And I wanted to go through it and see if it was true. It actually is true. It actually is true. Remember when I said there were 27 data packets that they weren't sure? I didn't think they were going to release all 27. But they did release one. And we'll go back to the video because here is the document they actually released.
Interestingly, the warrant returned only 2 individuals, excluding the victims and survivors. This document is now fully unredacted pursuant to a recent order by Judge Hippler. However, when it was originally submitted by law enforcement, identifying information about the individuals was omitted. At that time, Dollinger, now the chief of police, was responsible for reviewing and editing reports before submission to the prosecution. As a result, it can be inferred that he decided how much identifying information was included in the document before it was provided to prosecutors. The only information that allows us to identify one of the 2 individuals is this cell phone number.
Is that cell phone number, does that cell phone number exist? Well, let's go back to the geo warrant. And the cell phone number shows right here. 208-659-2567. Let's go on a little live dig together, folks, and let's find out who this number is. Let's just see. Hold on a minute. All right, here we go. Look up the phone number. Molly McMichael. Molly McMichael, and it has her address in Georgia. What? Molly McMichael in Georgia. Let's just see. This is all public information. There is nothing on here that is private. We are not doxing anyone. This is all public documents. Now, you click on it, shows Tempe, Georgia. It shows all these lists of previous addresses, all these phone numbers. She said a lot of cell phone numbers, folks. Landline numbers, aliases, who's calling, been verified, all these other people. Okay. Georgia, Temple, Georgia. Don't know anything about that. She's got all these streets listed for residents. Okay, so that rings true. The video so far is accurate.
Searched in public records, that number belongs to the DoorDash driver, Molly McMichael. That makes sense, given that we know she went to the backsliding doors and took a photo of the food at 3:59 a.m. The food was reportedly intended for Xana, but we'll come back to that in a moment. This is where things take an unexpected turn. Searches connected to Molly show several phone numbers registered to her over the years. What's striking is that this specific number was previously linked to a neighbor of Steve G.
A previously linked number, Bradley Slater. Let me go back and see if that's true. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can find a public record for this under Bradley Slater. Let's see. Bradley Slater, reverse lookup. All this is public, folks. You can go out there and look up all this. You just have to know how to search, and you'll be surprised what you find out there on the internet. Scary place to be in this day and age, but I will tell you, it's wild. It's wild. Okay, so Bradley Slater. Let's see what I've got for him. Well, he was in Rathdrum. Was he a neighbor of them? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. We'll show it on the fly. Hold on. I live. That explains her drug link. Oh, could possibly be. Let's order a DoorDash delivery from Molly. No. We're not going to call her up either. All right, Bradley Slater. Let me see if there's a Bradley Slater in Idaho. Let me see. Idaho. Come on, Bradley Slater. And we'll take this one step further. We will see if it's actually true that all the drug charges for Molly were dropped. I'll go to her record and we'll see. And how can I find out? Hold on a minute. How can I find out the Goncalves family page? Let's go to the Goncalves family page and let me see if this holds true. Here's their address. It's public information. All right. All public information. Let's see if they're how far they lived from Bradley Slater. Let me see. Bradley Slater, Idaho. I'm going to check and see if they were ever neighbors. Bradley Slater. Rathdrum. Hold on. I'm just trying to verify if all this is true. Somebody shared it. I'm going to look. Post Falls. Bradley Slater. Bradley Slater. Let's see. Taylor. Rathdrum. I see a Post Falls. I don't see Rathdrum. Oh, yeah. He also lived in Crown Point, Indiana, Anchorage, Alaska, and Rathdrum right here. Let's see if this is accurate. Bradley Slater. Oh, he might have an arrest history too. Post Falls, past address, Rathdrum, Unit 1, right here. All this is public info, folks. You can go search for yourselves. Let's see how far away that he lived from the Goncalves family. Let's just check this out. So we're going to go back. We're going to do a search. Let's see how far. 8 minutes away. Is that coincidental? I don't think it's like right next door, but that's still within the same area. I mean, if I go to McDonald's and Taco Bell or somewhere else around there, it's going to show me they live 8 miles away. Is that 8 miles? Yeah. Oh, 8 minutes away. 5.6 miles away. 6.1 total. You think it's a small enough town that people know each other? How big is Rathdrum? How many people live in Rathdrum, Idaho? 11,000 people as of 2023. I mean, is it possible that people would know each other? Maybe. I mean, all this is public information. Let's see who follows them. I'm curious. Let's see. Slater. Let's see if there's a Slater that follows this page. No. 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 I don't see a Slater that follows this page. God, they sure fly around a lot. They went to LAX August 1st, 2024. They went to Leavenworth, Washington, 2025. Went to the Spokane Airport, July 2024. Went to Paradise, 2023. They had a lot of check-ins. They went to the Hayden Lake just last weekend. Wow. They sure get around on this page. That was just under check-ins. Aubrey's back in Texas. All right. So could they have known each other in that small a town? It's possible, unless they had like circles that they went around before. But I started thinking about this in this video. Let's finish watching the video and I'm going to get to my point.
Brad Slater, who lived just around the corner from the G's in Rathdrum. We've been trying to make sense of what this could mean. What are the odds that a phone previously used by Steve's neighbor would later be used by the DoorDash driver? Given that Molly used the name Delilah while working as a confidential informant for the Whitman County Sheriff's Department out of Colfax, and that we saw from our FOIA that Whitman County deputies allowed her to avoid charges after rugs were found in her car during...
Okay, let's get into her rug history. Now, I have the original search. I do. You know, I always keep my receipts. I have the original search of Molly. So I'm going to go and I'm going to search. Let's just search her maiden name. Okay. And I'm going to do M-O. And I'm going to see what pops up for her. Let me take a drink of water too. Molly Segota. That was her maiden name before she became McMichael. So it looks like this is maybe a divorce judgment. No, this is actually a case that 1346 judgment. So she owed people money. All right. It doesn't say what it was for, but it says all case filing A BH2. She owed people money. All right. That's legit. Let's see what else the other one was. The other one was a criminal charge in 1997 for tobacco minor. That's a misdemeanor. That's not a big thing. She got a fine. Let's see what the other one was. Infraction, probably a seatbelt or, driving the wrong way on a one-way highway. What the heck? Pled guilty, paid $53. No biggie. Driving one way. Dang. All right. So let's go and look. I don't know how you would do that. Okay, we're going to look Molly McMichael. Let's see what we can find on her married name. Whoa. You know what's amazing? It looks like all her rug charges have disappeared, folks. I have the originals, and you can go back to a few videos on my lives and you can see they are now missing. The criminal cases have been wiped. Wow. Infraction is like a seatbelt. Yeah, seatbelt. Pre-conversion child support, that was on there before. You can go back and look at my earlier videos. Molly McMichael, not following the law. Another infraction, failure to provide insurance. This one looks like Midland Funding. She owed somebody $874. And then this one looks like a judgment for that $874. Guardianship looks like maybe she lost her kids to someone else, a minor, and or something of that nature. And another infraction. Lamps required. Wow. Looks like she got big time get out of jail card. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I think you're right. I've got a couple of them in these streams, and this definitely what happens. Yep. Yep. I'm just like dumbfounded. Okay, so, I mean, you can go back. You can go look at my videos. Let me see if I can pull one up real quick that we did a live dig. Let me go to my channel lives. I'm sure there's something in there when I did the DoorDash driver. I always show receipts. Let's see if I could find anything real quick. Oh, I'm going to have to dig deep. Dang, I can't believe this. Cannot believe this. Where's the DoorDash driver? I will find it. You know, I always will. All the receipts are out there. Where did they go? This was back in the early days, folks. Early days. I only have to go back 6 months, thank goodness. Let's see. I don't know if it was titled the DoorDash driver or was it within a segment. Let me see. Let me see where it is. Wow. Did Santa lie? Fry guy. I still can't believe that Fry never went to the crime scene. Chief of police never went to the crime scene. Rampant rumors, victim. Wow. Just disappeared. I'm going to have to owe you guys that because there's no way I can dig through all these right now and find the documents. But there is a video out there. There is a video where I showed you all the charges. They are there. I will find them. I promise you guys, I will find that document and I will give it to you. So let's finish watching this video.
A canine search. It raises an important question. Is it possible that this cell phone was actually a work phone? In other words, could it have been a phone previously used by other individuals involved in the same rug organization? It's a bit complex, but I'll try to explain. Molly had a registered DoorDash account under the name Delilah. We know this because at Translucent, we were the ones who reverse engineered the DoorDash warrant ID and identified that name. The mystery surrounding Ethan's and Zana's whereabouts appears to have been clarified. Consistent with what Xana's father told her mother, that Xana was home eating pizza, we see a Domino's delivery vehicle arrive. Shortly afterward, a tall man wearing a hoodie is seen leaving Xana's.
Okay, that is true. We saw the pizza delivery driver. We saw that. We've gone over this. It was around the time. Hold on. It was around the time that, what was that? 12, was it 12, 1 something? Was it 1? What time was that pizza delivery driver? Let me just hit this.
Residents and walking toward King Road,
Okay, so the driver, let me see, Xana's room. The pizza delivery driver was about 1, no. Was it, Jeff said he talked to Xana at 12 something. I remember seeing the pizza guy. This is the guy, okay, this is the guy that she's currently maybe talking about that is really odd for some reason. I'll show you. This is the car that leaves. Pizza already came. I believe the pizza already came. This guy's backing down. But that other guy, did you guys see that guy? This guy is the guy that I'm been following for a while. Hold on. This guy that walks across the street and goes around 1118. You're going to miss him if you don't pay attention. You're going to miss him. He walks across the street. They've tried to blur him out, but you can see him in the balcony, in the reflection. And when the spotlight goes on for the house, you can see him. He's got a hoodie on, it looks like. And then he cuts around 1118. I think, in my humble opinion, out of speculation, he may have went to see if the girls were home. Where's he at? The light goes on. Here he is. They tried to block him out. He walks, there he is. He's walking around the front of this car, right here where this car is. Steps over a little bit. You can see him walk. They've tried to blur him out. He walks. If you play this in normal speed, you will never see him. He walks around 1118. Exactly. Xana just had pizza. You'll see him go as he walks under this light, and the spotlight will come on and shine on him right now. The light will go on. That guy right there, I believe, right here, is wearing the same hoodie that's walking around all night long looking. Okay, he comes around 1118. I'm going to move it forward just a little bit more. He comes onto the left side of the camera where the word balcony is, and he walks right back across the street. But he comes from around this house right here. There's the pizza. That's the pizza guy at 102. I think if Xana talked to Jeff, like, they say, Jeff never stated that he talked to Xana. I've never found anything where Jeff stated he talked to Xana and they were getting pizza. But here is a pizza driver that comes in at 102. And then he walks by the side of this house. He's there. They've tried to block him out. Here he comes. He's walking. How did someone know that Xana got pizza if Jeff never said that? I wonder. Now, if he walked around 1118 to see if the girls were home, to see whoever was home, I think they were scoping out the place. So this was being watched way before anything started happening. There he is, right on the bottom corner of this screen. And what color does his hoodie look? It doesn't look black. If I could do it too. I could probably do and change the filters on this. It looks like he's wearing a yellow hoodie to me. Now, I'll say this. At 103, the girls are at the bar. Jack Showalter's at the bar. Jack D is at the bar. All these other people in this area are at the bar or other places. But this guy is roaming around looking at this address. I think that is Yellow Hoodie Guy. What time did Jack say he went to the bar? Let's find out. Jack Decor interview. What time did he say that he went to the bar? Let's see. Nope, unavailable. Let me find another video. I think I've got one on my channel. Hold on. Let's see what time he went to the bar. I'm curious now. Jack Decor. What time did you go to the bar? He said he got off of work. Holy moly. He got off of work. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said he got off of work. I know you guys remember. Let me look. Jack Decor. Okay, Zav Girl was the one original that had the video out. I'm going to use that one. Don't know who it is, but she's got the interview up, so let's watch it. Come on. That's what I'm thinking. But Jack Showalter was at the bar. He was seen on camera. I'm just wondering what time Jack said he went to the bar. He said he got off at work, correct? But then he said he decided to go out to the bar, but he didn't say what time. I don't remember the time. I'm sure he said it. Hold on. Let me see if I can play this. She confirms it, but they remove the one. Jeff is saying this. I remember hearing it. Can't find. But Kara doubles down on what she said behind bar. Yeah, it said in hers. Okay. The girls bit Peyton, busted him on that because he brought him home the same time the girls came back. Yeah, he came back either minutes before or after because remember, they stopped and went to the grub truck. Okay, so let's listen to what he says.
Here in town. They might have lost me. Good service there. Oh, I think we're losing you. Okay, thank you.
I'll text her. Yeah, I think they're familiar with the area. I don't know if they moved.
Oh.
Do you know where the new police station is?
No.
Okay, so the easiest way.
We could put it in Google Maps if it's not work.
Yeah, the easiest way, ma'am, is just stay on the highway like you're going to Lewiston. You'll kind of go through town. You'll pass A&W on your right, and then keep going down that long hill, and you can't miss it. It's a big brand new building on the left side of the road.
Okay, thank you. We'll be there as soon as we can.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. So real quick, what's your first name? What's your middle initial? And last. What's the date of birth for you? Good address for you. And your phone number. Okay. I'm assuming this is what kind of phone is this? iPhone?
Yeah.
What model do you know?
It's a 10X, I think it's like.
Okay. Just so you know, we obviously try to get these back to you as quick as we can. Okay, so it's not like you're never going to see your phone again. It may take a few days for us to process the information on it, and we'll get it back to you. Okay, so I just want to make sure I have a good documentation of who's who's, and go from there. All right. So while we're on that note, I'm just going to fill in your info here. Okay, so this is just saying that you give Moscow PD consent to search your digital media. Okay, if you wouldn't mind, if you're okay with that, right there it says consent or signature. If you wouldn't mind signing right there. And just so you know, everything recorded, this little camera right here is rocking and rolling. So, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm not iPhone guys will take a minute. You just hold it down to turn it on. There.
Just click that right side button there.
No, I turn off. I don't run out of battery.
I think you hold both of these.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, just right here at the top there for me if you would like. All right. So appreciate that. I know it's a weird thing to do if you're phoning somebody, but I appreciate you helping us out. All right. Before we get into kind of timeline for last night's stuff, what do you have? I'm assuming you have social media.
Yeah.
What accounts do you have?
So there's a lot of redaction in this, but let's see what the written statement was from that interview. 168, thanks, Blue Devil 95, number 6. And it says right here, blank said they arrived at the corner club at 11. He said the club was packed and they were admitted because his roommate was working at the club and let him in. She said, blank said he got into a confrontation with a member named blank because he had been messing around with one of his friends. Blank friend was told to lay off. Okay, so he left approximately 1 a.m. Kaylee was being accompanied by blank, 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 who was the girlfriend, blank. Said he left at 1. He was picked up by the club by the president of the frat and returned to the apartment. He said he consumed 2 beers, 2 shots of tequila, 1 shot of rub mints, and 32 ounces tub of beer. She said after returning to the apartment, he hung out with his roommate. So where did he go? To their apartment. Then he tried to throw up, but he couldn't and went to bed. That doesn't, I don't know. Number 7 sounds kind of odd. That sounds kind of odd. The Nissan Xterra. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. Here we go. Let me see if I can find the actual transcript. Let's see the transcript so I can save us some time here. I want to see. Let's see. Let's just take a lookie. I want to see if it all makes sense. Some of this stuff, when they put it in the report, they don't take everything. That's why the audio is always good to listen to. Okay. Like from 2 to 10. Let's see.
10. I don't know other probably.
10 p.m. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the question?
And then what did you do after you got off shift?
Oh, okay.
2 to
So he worked from 2 to
10.
10. 2 to 10. He got off at 10.
Other probably.
10 p.m. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you do after you got off shift?
I went home, or I dropped off some food at my friend who's working at the corner club, and then I went home.
He dropped off some food. Okay, so he was working. We know he worked at a restaurant type of place where, you know, Doc Martens are kind of popular to wear so you don't slide around on the floor, or Skechers work shoes. But then he says he dropped out some food at a friend, maybe that was Adam, that may have been working at the time, allegedly. I'm just saying.
And met up with my friends, and then we went to the corner club as a group.
He went to the corner club as a group.
What time did you guys get to the club?
Probably close to 11.
Okay. What, anything kind of talking through the rest of your evening there? You guys just hang out, or?
Yeah, we hung out there, and then I actually did run into Kaylee at the corner club, say hi to her, talk to her for probably a minute or so.
Talk to her for a minute or so. Wow, that's not that long.
And then eventually, I don't know if she left before or after me, but I left. I came back home.
He doesn't know if she left before or after me. Well, we know he left after her. We did the whole deep dive the other day. We know that car drops him off right before, I believe. Was it before? Did we determine maybe it was before, not after? Because she actually went to the grub truck, so he may have got home before her.
I just went to bed, and then I woke up, and I saw a bunch of commotion down the street, and I walked out there.
Wait a minute.
I just went to bed, and then I woke up, and I saw a bunch of commotion down the street.
Saw a bunch of commotion down the street. He said he went to bed and woke up. Was that the next day? Was that the next day?
Came back home, pretty much just went to bed, and then I woke up, and I saw a bunch of commotion.
He went to bed and he woke up when he saw a bunch of freaking commotion, guys. Where have we seen this word before? Everyone talked and said it was a commotion. Holy shit. Did he wake up in the middle of the night? I asked Dylan to tell me what the commotion was he mentioned. Dylan told me she saw law enforcement and emergency in front of 1122 between the hours of 2 and 3. Who else talked about a commotion? I walked outside and began interviewing Dee. She told me about 4 o'clock there was a commotion. Something about the commotion at the residence. Bethany said at approximately 2 a.m. What in the world? Are they trying to mix things up? What in the world? Oh, you know what? I had a crazy freaking thought, and this is pretty crazy. We're seeing these angles of these interviews, and we don't know how many police are on this side or if anyone else was sitting in this chair, if there's another officer on this side. We don't know. We're just seeing a redacted face. We don't know where he's looking, and we have no idea if there's somebody in the back of this other side on this table, because this looks like a table that could sit 6 to 8 people in this police department. How do we know that there's no one else sitting on in this interview watching Jack D? We don't.
Down the street, and I walked out there just to see what was going on, and I kind of heard some things. But I later looked on my phone and found like 6 missed calls from Kaylee and 3 from Maddie as well.
Is that really true, Jack? Because Olivia stated that there were calls missed, calls made to a man named Jack. Yes, Olivia says that. There are so many articles. Man named Jack. Did they try to distance themselves and not make it look like Jack? murder. Let me show you the article. I bring the receipts. Idaho murder victims says she called man 7 times night of the slayings. Idaho murder victim Kaylee Gonzalez said her sixth and last phone call to a man named Jack was at 2:52 a.m. If she was doing an interview with the news, why didn't she say the ex-boyfriend? Why didn't she say her ex-boyfriend Jack, a close family member? One of the victims, at 2:26 a.m., Kaylee starts to call Jack. Olivia Goncalves said Inside Edition, which described Jack as a young man. Kaylee calls Jack 6 times. Then Maddie calls Jack. The only Jack I can think about is Jack Showalter. Maddie knows Jack. Kaylee was just walking with Jack. Did Olivia get the wrong Jack and maybe it's Jack Showalter? Because wouldn't she say clearly, I think it's Jack DeCord? She would know Jack DeCord's phone number. He was a close friend. Unless she's trying to say it's another Jack, guys. It's a Jack we don't know to make it seem like it was Jack Showalter. Because we don't want JD to be suspected, even though he was suspect number 1 during this time frame. Fry says that there was no signs of forced entry. However, I know Jack Showalter's supposed to be protecting him.
Profiling.
From who?
The FBI's profiling unit
Who was Jack supposed to be protecting them from?
The FBI's profiling unit has joined the investigation into last week's murder of 4 University of Idaho students. Remember, they haven't caught anybody. This comes as we get new details about the 2 people.
I wonder, and I've said this before, I wonder if Jake caught wind through his friends in Boise, asked Jack Showalter to look out for the girls, and he was trying to protect them from JD. I speculate this.
Who were in the house where the killings took place but were not harmed. Correspondent Ann Springer has an update on this story tonight from Moscow, Idaho.
For a 5th straight day, investigators combed through the home just off the campus of the University of Idaho, where 4 students were brutally murdered Sunday morning. They swabbed the extensive crime scene and took pictures in the bedrooms where the slayings occurred. The Latah County coroner, Kathy Mabbitt, said each of the victims was stabbed multiple times using a long knife, the fatal wounds to the chest. The bodies were found in bed, suggesting the victims were attacked while sleeping. One victim, Xana Kernodle, had defensive wounds, according to her father. The coroner called the attack personal.
It has to be somebody that's pretty angry in order to stab 4 people to death.
New information tonight.
Jack said in the interview they called him. What if he was told to say that? We will never see the geofencing for his phone. We will never see the phone data. Those records have pretty much been sealed. We'll never see Dylan's. Those have been sealed. They will not let the truth out there. They are still trying to protect what happened from the public so that we don't know what was really happening in Moscow, Idaho. There is no transparency. They all knew that JD had a breakdown. They all knew that the university knew. I'm sure his parents knew. I'm sure Kaylee's parents knew. I'm sure Kaylee told everybody. I'm sure people knew that he had a breakdown, that he had a crisis. He lived with people who were hunters. He lived with people that you see that could have been doing some crazy stuff. Olivia said in the beginning they called some guy named Jack. Jack never gave the impression it was Kaylee's Jack. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely.
About the 2 rooms all the murders took place. They were unheard and apparently unaware of the attack. The Daily Mail identifies them as Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. Police say they have been cooperating to the extent they can.
This is something really good, Amanda. Jeff's interview says she changed a lot. Not that she changed the locks. I mean, people need to go back and listen and read the documents. She changed a lot. Not she changed the locks. I don't know who started that rumor. I am so fed up with the rumors, just like Amanda is, trying to hide the fact of what really happened. Did they think we were just going to not question it anymore?
Welcome back. Investigators
Yes,
are also
I would have to say I seen those, and they were some nasty comments on, yep, I've seen it on social media.
trying to track down all the people in this video showing two of the victims just a couple hours before they were murdered. With so many students having left campus for home, it's hampered the investigation.
The hard part of the investigation is that many of the people that we want to talk to have gone home because they're
What
students.
a perfect time for a crime. I'm telling you, what a perfect time for a crime.
Timeline of this investigation has expanded because we have to travel, and so having those interviews at in people's hometowns takes a little bit more time.
Joining the investigation today was an elite team from the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit. Their job is to come up with a profile of the killer so police can identify him, catch him, and make the people in this college town feel safe again. Brett?
Dan Spring.
Huh. A profile. Wow. Wow. Okay, so let's go back. There is Hoodie Guy walking around at 103. 103. I've super slow mode this. Is he carrying a backpack? No, he's not. He's looking around. I swear this is Yellow Hoodie Guy. Look at the way he walks. Watch the way he walks, and he's coming around and looking everywhere. Look before he turns. They tried to blur him out. I'm playing this slow motion because if I play it at regular speed, you won't see him. You definitely won't see him. They've tried to blur him out, erase him. Here he is. They've tried to just totally erase him. There he goes, walking back. The same swing. Dumpster guy. Yep, he's there. They've tried to erase a lot. He even talks to this guy in this car, which I don't know who this is in this car. Same height, same walk. That left leg, right leg. Talks to this guy in the car that turns around like he's lost. Calls him over. I'm telling you, this guy was scouting out. Is he vaping? Yeah, I don't think it's Farley. Definitely someone at 103. Don't know who it is, but keep in mind, they did say someone dropped them back off. It wasn't, this is at 12:59. Someone had dropped them off, but this is this, said he got home at 11. This is somebody else going to that residence. 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if that's Molly in the car. So let's go back and let's finish watching this video because we already know that that's that guy.
Probably heading to the Sigma Chi party. We think that looks like Ethan. So this is how we've made
That
sense
definitely wasn't Ethan.
of how Molly has the same phone as Steve's neighbor had. Zana was home alone, eating pizza, and was in the bedroom that previously belonged to Kaylee. Kaylee had moved out during the upper floor. At approximately 1:56 a.m., screams are heard. Is it possible that two perpetrators went for Zana at that time?
1:56 a.m. So here we are at 1. Let's go 1:56. Let's see what we hear at 1:56. I'm just trying to see if this video is pretty accurate. Here we go. Let's look at this. 1:56 a.m. Here's 1:55. Here comes 1:56. I believe that's the girls coming home with Eric Gower. Dark Prius. You can see the lights stop. Looks like maybe he stops in front of the house and drops them off. Backs up. I'm looking at the reflection in 1119. Turns around. He's going to leave pretty soon. It only takes him a couple minutes. There's his headlights. He's coming, leaving. He just dropped him off. Looks like a Prius to me. I already did a search. Someone is coming to drop. Somebody pulled up to drop someone off. Interesting. Very interesting. 1:56. Someone looks down. Oh, God. Holy crap. Did you guys just see that? I'm going to play it in slower mode. Did you guys just see this? Car goes, leaves, Gower leaves. Somebody drops someone off in this cul-de-sac, guys. Look across the street. There's somebody that walks backward and looks down this little passageway. Watch the dumpster over by 1127, upper left corner. There is a light on. Right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor at this dumpster right here. I'll put it up in the screen. Hold on a second. This is where I want you to look. I'm going to post this real quick so you can see where I want you to look. I've zoomed in. Where did it go? Okay. This is where I want you to look. Right in the center of the screen, there is a light right here that's on this dumpster. I want you to watch what happens after they drop these people off. Okay? Watch what happens after they drop them off. Here we go. I've played it slow motion, but after the car starts to leave, you're going to see what happens. Someone is at this dumpster right here, looking right down this way, right to where you can see 1112. Because I think they saw the girls get dropped off. I think they did. Standing at the dumpster, then he walks back. Do you guys see that? Drop a 1 if you can see that. They walk over and they look down the way, and then the car starts to back out. Wow. That's wild. They just saw the car leave when they are getting dropped off. I don't know who that is. Don't know, but that looks like a truck. Isn't that the truck backing out? Isn't that the truck backing out? Okay. Yeah, I saw them clearly go to the dumpster, look around. I don't know if they threw something away, but allegedly, I mean, to me, it looks like this is a truck. This must be Peyton's truck. We've looked at this before. If this is in fact Peyton, because he says specifically he backed up. He backed up. That was almost at the same time. Jack saw them. He had to have seen them dropped off. Gower just left. He said he was dropped off. That looks like the truck that we did a whole deep dive on. That looks like the truck. Peyton looks to me like he would drive a truck. They were synchronized. I'm telling you, somebody was out scouting around to see if she was home. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now, I don't think it was Farley. I don't think it was Farley. I know everybody has told the story it was Farley. It would not make sense if it was Farley, guys. I've already told you why. We've gone through a big old deep dive for an hour and a half. I think, if anything, it was Charlie. And I think that someone yelled out, was that Maddie? Was that Maddie or Kaylee that yelled out, I see you, Charlie? Was that because they got home at the same time and whoever walked to this dumpster and looked straight down to see the girls walking in, was it I see you, Charlie? What? You know what? Let's do this. Let's play a game. If anybody can tell me right here on the spot, what time I see you, Farley or Charlie was said, I will go back to that exact time and see if it was around this time on another shot from Linda Lane, because I know that that's where they heard this. I see you, Charlie. Let's go to the Linda Lane archives and see if it lines up. Okay, let's do this. Let's put this rumor to rest. If Kaylee was being dropped at the same time, somebody walks over there and she says, I see you, Charlie. That would make freaking more sense than I see you, Farley. Because I don't think Farley just got dropped off from the freaking bar with the frats. Jeez, people. Jeez. You're going to give me. Did I take my blood pressure pills today? You're going to give me a freaking heart attack. Let's get this freaking rumor settled once and freaking all. Let's do it. Now tell me, on the Linda Lane archives at 1:58, I am going to see if we can hear, I see you, Charlie, or I see you, Farley. Jeez Louise, 1 o'clock, 1:58. I don't even know if these times are right on these Linda Lanes. 1:58. 25. Let's go and see if this is synchronized. Let's not put this thing to rest and rub it in somebody's face. I see you, Charlie. Let's see. 1:58. Charlie was pissed because KG jumped him. I don't dumped him. I don't know. Let me turn my volume up. I'm looking at Linda Lane archives right now. Here it comes up. I hear people talking. Putting the comments up on the thing. Y'all better show us some massive love today. We got 2 super stickers and a new member. Welcome, Kevin. Whoop, whoop. New member. Love ya. I hear a car that sounds like a big old huge. Brrr. That's another car. People are screaming. Loud car. Who drives the loud car? Okay, down the rabbit hole. I see you, Charlie, is at 1:31:58. Why would it be so 1:31:58 a.m.? Let's go back. Here we go. Screaming. I see you, Charlie. 1:32:15. Why would this be at 1:32:15? Charlie! Did you guys hear that? Holy crap. No, I can't. You know what? I am gonna, let's see if I can play this in CapCut. Hold on one second. They are yelling back and forth. Okay, so that makes freaking sense that Bethany and Dylan were out walking around. Other witnesses saw them. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to record this real quick. I'm going to throw it into CapCut. I'm going to see if I can put, shoot, hold on. I'm going to see if I can put captions on this, if it'll let me. Hold on. Charlie! I'm going back, folks. Hold on. I see you, Charlie. I hear Charlie. She says it 4 times. Let me see if I can load this. I swear, we're going to put this one to rest. She says it 4 times. I see you, Charlie. What kind of car did Reed drive? No one's trying to be rude. You'll buy a round if it's Charlie. Okay. I heard it. I see you, Charlie. My captions are generating, so hold on, guys. See what it says. I'm going to see if I can also do this. Hold on. Well, it does that. All right, I'm loading this video up so you guys can see it for yourself. I'm also in the middle of loading it up on TikTok to see if it'll do captions. So I've had 2 different programs. I'm going to see if it picked it up. 2 separate programs. Hold on a minute. Someone's got to be able to have the captions in here. Two different options. Let's see. Did you all hear it? I'll play it again. Turn the volume up. All right, who wants to fight me? It sounds like I see you, Charlie. All right. Now, I don't know who started that rumor, but it does sound like I see you, Charlie, in my humble opinion. So whoever started that rumor, go back and tell them we downloaded the video. It won't pick up any audio captions. I've turned up the volume. I've tried to get captions on TikTok. It's just waiting in CapCut. It sounds like she says Charlie 4 times. I don't know who brainwashed you and said Farley. Why would I wish somebody could take this video that I just edited. All I did was turn up the volume. That's all I did. Here it goes again. Now, I will say this. I am not paid by anyone. I have never taken a dime for anyone to put out any narrative out there. I will never do something of that. I have high value, high integrity. I have no goal other than to put out the truth and evidence. That sounded like Charlie. It sounded like Charlie to me, right from the Linda Lane archives, not from Jeff, not from another creator, not from anyone else out there except for Linda Lane archived videos. So I don't know who's been telling you Farley. It sounds like Charlie. I'll play it one more time. Okay, so I think we've put that one to rest. I think we've debunked the heck out of that. And we still have to go back and finish this video, which we've not done on TikTok. Okay, we've still not. I will try to put that video out with captions when it's done. Now, this is the video that we have been watching to see the guy walking around. At 1:56, we just totally rip that one apart. So let's do the next one and then see if this all makes
Molly
sense.
notices a female in the third floor bathroom window who appears to be trying to avoid being seen each time Molly looks up. She is unable to tell the perps that the coast is clear yet. She remains in the area for roughly 30 minutes. She is repeatedly checking to see if anyone responds, but makes up some story how she can't find the big 1122 sign above the door. With the situation still uncertain, the perpetrators finally ask Molly to walk down the road to check whether any police or people are nearby. Footage shows Molly using a flashlight while doing so. Finally, the perps open Zana's door, but they encounter Kaylee holding Murphy on the second floor. Kaylee
holding Murphy on the second floor. How do we know she was holding Murphy? I don't know where they got that. I've never heard of that.
Runs upstairs yelling, "Someone's here." They chase her and end her. Their objective is achieved. Essentially, we don't believe it's a coincidence that Molly shared the same phone number as Steve's neighbor. I think Steve, this new Brad dude, and Molly were all involved with the same cartel thing. At some point, Steve lost that cartel a lot of money when cryptocurrency markets crashed that year. In response, they decided to end one family member every 6 months until the debt was repaid. After Kaylee passed...
What? That sounds a little outlandish. I'm just going to say that. I've never heard of this before.
Steve appeared to be wearing his hex cap as a signal to the cartel that he was still working to recover their money. It might sound like a far-fetched theory, but how else do you explain this striking coincidence? Now, could it...
I don't know. This sure sounds like the narrative they wanted us to believe, guys. Sounds like a narrative to me.
Be that Jack witnessed the aftermath?
Sounds like they're trying to basically shift your mind from a crime of passion to, it's gotta be, I'm gonna wear a hat on screen, I'm gonna tell you a story, you're gonna believe my story. It was never a crime of passion.
And called Steve early that morning. Why? Because are we really supposed to believe the unlikely coincidence that Steve, who had never gone to a doctor before, according to his wife, suddenly ended up in urgent care that very same morning?
We can't verify if he was in urgent care. There's a thing called HIPAA. He's not going to come out and say, yeah, I was in urgent care. But other people are telling a third-party story. Here we go with the rumors. I don't agree with everything. The reason I'm showing this video is to either prove it or find and debunk it. We can't prove that he went to the hospital.
My suspicion is he experienced a major panic attack at the real...
Why would somebody have a major panic attack in the middle of the night? Unless he knew something.
Realization of what was happening. So you might be thinking that the other person who pinged near the house was probably Jack, right? We don't believe that's the case. You see, while Chief Dollinger could influence what the Moscow police reported, he had no control over what the Idaho State Police released. Dollinger and his wife are Facebook friends with Tyler Yelk and his wife. Of
course they are.
Which makes me suspect that Dollinger did what he could to keep...
Oh, now they're saying dirty Dollinger. Is that what she's trying to get at? Okay, well, guys, this is the first I'm watching this video with you. So I wanted to be raw and real on this live because I've got a fireball for you. So they say that I applied for the grant for the GeoForce. This was obviously Lawrence Mowry, and any data associated with anomalized information located in the following latitude and longitude points. Nick balance, yada, yada. They gave a warrant, yada, yada. I applied, and the grant was for any associated data to the previous identifiers. These identifiers are based on these cell phone records. So they gave 2. And basically the one that came back, the data files were downloaded and it found one of the identifiers that came back from the phone number of the DoorDash driver. The other one, there was no identifier. So how could we reverse engineer and find this identifier? How did this channel, whoever's saying that did it? Well, it's a MAC address, okay? It's a MAC address. Every single phone has an IMEI, and every single device has a MAC address. So, let's look and see who this MAC address could possibly be. it was an Android, but it gives me no additional information. So someone who had an Android phone probably was that second identifier. Let me see what the first one was. I don't know what kind of phones these people have. No idea. Let me look and see the second searched one. This is public information, folks. None. It doesn't give me any results. So 9 out of 10 times, I believe that Molly must have had an Android phone, because the next one doesn't give me anything. So this says that, yes, there's one identifier that came back with a phone number, and I completed the warrant. But here's the hidden fireball. Are you guys ready for it? There is no listing on this that says the other identifier was not found. It just is a supplemental with Maori saying that this is what came back. How coincidental that this is the only one that came back with the phone number. It was found that one of the identifiers came back with this phone number. Well, what happened to the other? Where's the conclusion of the other identifier? Can somebody please help us understand this? Where is the other one, Maori? Is that the one that you're hiding? Because I don't know how this other content creator found this. But let's finish watching.
Tyler's name out of the reports. Now, remember that the FBI was also looking for a Nissan Sentra, though they didn't explain why. We filed a public record request to find out what car Tyler drove. It turned out Tyler had a speeding ticket, and when we obtained the camera footage and
Okay, let's see if Yelk really had a speeding ticket. I'm a little curious. So we can go down to the Idaho archives and let's see if he actually had a speeding ticket. And anybody can FOIA this request. Let's just see what pops up here. Let me go back to, we already did a search here, so let's go here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for Yelk. And his first name is T. I'm just going to put a T in there. Let's see what we find on Yelp. Smart Search is having problems. Try again later. That's odd. Search. Let me try again. It is later, in my humble opinion. We could put Tyler. Come on. I'm not a robot, dude. Let me refresh the screen. Hold on. Let me refresh it. Tyler. I think it's just T. Let's see. I want to see if he had a speeding ticket. Nope. Why is it not giving it to me? Come on. Let me just see if I do Yelp. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Stop playing games with people. Let's see. Yelp. Didn't he already move away from there too? Come on. Why is this not wanting to work? Figures when I'm trying to find out what's going on. Let me do this again. Smart Search. It is not wanting to work with me now after all that investigation. This is hilarious. This is funny. Don't you think that's weird? Let me just take a look at this. Let me just look at this. So weird. Why did they even do this to people? Tyler Yelk. Oh, no wonder. Duh. Let me change this. I am not looking at the chat. My mods can handle it. I don't see anything for Tyler Yelk, folks. It's not coming up anything. What do you think? What do you think? This is not working. Try using another Google account. It's not working. No internet, having troubles. Oh, wow. Can you check Kai Davis? Yeah. Let's see if something else will check. Flagged. You've been flagged. Y'all are so funny. One or more fields are entered incompletely. This thing just doesn't want to work. Let me do this. Let me get out of this. Let me go back. Let me see if I can do it this way. Search. Let me sign in and see if that'll make a difference for me. No, it looks like maybe they're down for maintenance. Shoot, hold on a minute. Let me look and see. I can do it another way. Let me search. Let me search by name. If he ever went to court, they'll have a hearing in here. By party name. Let me see if he's got... If they ever went to court, that'll be in here this way too. Last name, Yelp. First name, Tyler. Let's search from the date. This had to be 2022. Let's just do 2000. Let's just do this date, January 2020 to 26. Let's do Latah County. Let's see if one of these will work. Nope, there's no hearing. No hearing, so let's go back and try another search. Nope, I don't see anything in there. Does it mean that he had a speeding ticket? Maybe they, I don't know, got rid of it? Maybe. So let's just go back. Didn't see one.
Citation, we realized his car was a Nissan Sentra. According to
They realized his car was a Nissan Sentra. How could they realize his car was a Nissan Sentra? Football coach at the university. Let's see. Let's just see what we can find. Let's see if I can find anything to see what kind of car he drove. Tyler Yelk, Tyler Yelk. Tyler Yelk. Let's see. There's got to be a way. Somebody had to have known what he drove. Tyler Yelk added a new photo. Let's just see. University of Idaho. Let's just see. Tyler Yelk. Let's see. He was in Duluth in 29, 3014. Minnesota. Career. Duluth. Him and his wife, Elise. Have two daughters, Layton and Penelope. Okay. Now we're going to get somewhere. Let's just see if we can find anything on this. All right. Let's just see. Let's just see. See if we could find any vehicles. What did he drive? Maybe nothing. Maybe they walked. Who knows? I don't know how we'd verify that one. If there's nothing public to show, there would be absolutely nothing. People, work, college, contact, friendship, beauty counter. Let's see, details, life events, nothing. Nothing. So where did they get this information? They didn't show receipts. So I would probably have to digress on this one. Can't verify if that's true.
The Idaho State Police reports Tyler was interviewed twice. The reports noted.
Okay. Yes, he
that his
was
Google-
interviewed. So let me go to the ISP documents and see if they marked down what his car was. Let's see. What was the keyword they used in his interview? I don't have my cheat sheet here. Crap. What was his blue-eyed? Do you know? Yeah, I can go to True People search. Is she still in the house? Is she still in the chat? Let's see. I'll have to go back and see if I can find that university. Let's see. I'll have to look for this document to see if it says what kind of car he owns. Sometimes they state what kind of car if it's involved. I don't know if it's on this one. U of I Arbor. No. I'll have to go through and look at my notes too. I'll have to verify to see if I can find out that one.
Account was geofenced to the property that night. But the officers were puzzled because it also stated that his phone was turned off. With this latest document this last week,
we don't even know if his phone was turned off. We don't know. He gave his DNA. He gave his phone. What in the world are they talking about?
In which they promptly deleted. And no, it wasn't because they had someone's social security number shown. Try to fools. The reason why Tyler's phone was off is now clear. Although Tyler had turned off his phone to conceal his whereabouts from his wife, his Nissan Sentra still had Google Play active. As he drove toward the house, Google Play was sending location pings to the nearest tower.
And how do they know that? Do they have that data that nobody else can get a hold of?
And in addition, notifying the FBI that the signal was coming from a Nissan Sentra. This may be more sinister than just a man cheating on
Oh my God.
his wife. According to the Idaho State Police football game that day, it was apparently customary for the football staff to stop there for drinks following a home game. But this didn't make much sense to me. Why leave the stadium, which had its own bar available for free, to go elsewhere? The only logical explanation I could...
Wait, they serve free drinks at the bar at the stadium after games? What?
think of is that the Best Western had bedrooms, rooms where extras could take place. Eva Woods, the book...
Okay, what police report is it? I don't have my cheat sheet with me. What police is that? What police report? Roxy Tucker? I know there is a police report. I was going to go search through them. But there's got to be, let me see. Let me see if I can bring up my cheat sheet. Let me just see. Let me see if I can find it in here. They're not going to list. When's his birthday? I know they have it listed by birthday. Tyler Yelk, date of birth. Let's see. 2008 Masters. He's got to be born in, let's see. Let's just see if that's true. Let's take a peek. All right. Here it is. defensives after quarter. Let's just see if that's accurate. Let me see. What was the document number? Let's see. Was it? Let me see if it's in here. He wasn't born in 99. There's no way. Interview. University. Okay, here it is. Let's see. All right, that was Gower. The only time he came in contact with them was the role. He periodically get coffee with her. On the night of the 12th in the morning, he was at home with his family. He was with his 3 daughters. 3 daughters? Now that he's saying he had 3 daughters. What? 1986. He was 36. No, it doesn't give it gives a home Moscow operator license. It doesn't say what he drives. Dang it. He first met her, yada, yada, yada. He was home 9. He went to bed shortly after. When his arrival home, he was asleep in bed. He called his wife on the speakerphone. Okay, so this clearly says on the night of November 12th into the early mornings of the 13th, he was at home with his family. So I don't know. He was agreeable to provide his DNA and his cellular phone. Then he left it. But we know that the forensics documents that just came out, he did give his DNA finally. Contacted me, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so where does it say his phone was off? Where does it say Yelk's phone was off? All right. Kaylee started as this and that. Yada. He's got his notes. DNA on the phone. Where does it say it was off? I don't see where it says his phone was off. Where's the documents? Where's the documents? All right. Thanks, Blue Devil. Where is the documents that say his phone was shut off? All right. If you find them, let me know.
Keeper maintained a spreadsheet tracking which girls would babysit for the coaches. But it's possible she also coordinated who would attend the Best Western. Perhaps through this system, Kaylee her income.
Did Kaylee ever go to the Best Western after the football game, folks? Because I believe she's on video at the Corner Club. She's on the video being returned home. Now, where in the world, where did these stories come up from?
How she became involved with Tyler Yelk. But as we know, she was interested in true crime. What if she witnessed girls that were not hired through the sorority? What if Kaylee was about to spill the tea? I think we deserve a boom.
Okay, I think some of this video is true. I think another part of the video is a lot of speculation. But here's the fireball. There's no transparency. There's no receipts shown. Should you watch this? It's up to you. But I've showed you enough of the busted bill today. It is confirmation bias. There is so many rumors. Keep spilling your rumors. I might have to do some cleanup myself soon. I might just have to, because these supplemental narratives, I don't see where they said he turned off his phone. I don't see some of this. See, this is what happens in our community. The confidence level, the margin of error, the device movement patterns, people are making stuff up. How many devices were there in the geofence? Like I said the other day, the document said 27. It only gave us one who was actually there, and that happens to be Molly McMichael. Now, some of this coincides. Does Molly McMichael know Steve G? Does Molly McMichael know Steve G? Drop a 1 if you think he knows Molly McMichael. Drop a 2 if you don't think they know each other. I just want to get some type of feedback from you watching the stream and your thought process. Do you think Molly McMichael knew Steve G? 1 if you think yes, 2 if you think no, and maybe 3 if you think maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you the details. You'll probably have a little slight remembrance of this memory in this case. But remember, when Bill had to give the state had to give information on a request. And in an email, Bill basically said, Shannon, Steve G's attorney, send an email and said, send over everything you have on Molly McMichael. Everything. The defense asked for it. The state had to give it. Do you guys remember that? The state asked for compliance. They asked for the records. They asked, okay, give me all you got on Molly McMichael. We want all the details. I remember seeing that document. I remember seeing that email was give us all you got on Molly McMichael. Because what if, speculation here, what if Steve G found out that they found out Molly McMichael, there was some connection? And the defense may have found that out because somebody released all these new DoorDash witnesses. And around that same time, immediately, right before the plea deal was made, bam, they said, give me all you got before we go to trial. We want it all. We want every single piece of information that you got, because I'm sure in the video of Molly McMichael saying, oh, me and Bill are friends. Bill. Were you Molly's friend? Or was she just giving you information? Because something rattled Steve G and the defense and the attorneys to go and ask Bill Thompson, can you please give us everything on Molly that you got? I'll promise I'll give you that document because I have been searching this repository on the live. I've seen that document. It came right a week before the plea deal came across the table. Yes, I can't make this up. It was all there. I think it was the 24th supplemental request. I think it was the 24th. Let me open this up and share this with you. Yes, it was. I just remembered. Yay! Look at this. Okay. They wanted a copy of all email communication from the Latah County Prosecutor's Office and law enforcement in regards to Molly McMichael. Right here, folks. Right there. Good old Molly. They wanted everything they could get on her. I don't know why I won't highlight, but yep, they wanted a copy of everything. Bingo, bango. And what does this say? It says an email from Steve G, 6/19/25. Email from Shannon Gray, 6/16/25. Date discovered was July 7th, 25. They wanted a copy of all communication between the G family, their attorney representative, and Latah County Prosecutor's Office related to Molly McMichael. They wanted it all. They wanted all her arrest reports, charging documents, videos of her from June 1st, 2022 to May 31, 2025. Oh, Bill. Bill. This was redacted, unsealed, and then we get to see it. So now, what do you think about them apples? As always, be well, stay safe. I think someone got their hand caught in the cookie jar. If you agree with me, drop a 1. I'll always come back and give you the details. I'll put the puzzle together. Not trying to solve this case, just trying to see what makes sense. And I think everything I gave you today was a Phoenix fireball. Thank you so much for being here. Show my mods some love. Feel free to donate, give a sticker, give a chat, become a member, do what you will. Everyone benefits. Who scared the defense? What scared the defense? I think it put him in a position to get a plea deal, knowing that they weren't going to go to trial because all this was going to be out in the open, and we would probably see Idaho for what it was. It is a scary place to be. Bertie always says it's a portal to hell. I say it's the Twilight Zone. You never know what's going to happen there. But I think we're getting to the root of the problem. 100%. So if you want to send me an email, Cats Girl, feel free. It is Phoenix Investigates at proton.me. See you later on tomorrow. We have got a packed schedule tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow is appreciation for my mods, Mod Monday. They get every single penny of the donation. They split between them. I think they're up at like $200 between all three of them so far. So be well. Stay focused, guys. See you tomorrow. Be well.
I've been chasing shadows in the night. Words echo silent where I hide. Every mirror shows a stranger's eyes, searching for the part of me that's mine. But the sky ignites a spark inside, burning down to it. In the ashes of my fight, truth is born.